You're always creating your entire reality. You don't have to learn how to do it. You're always doing it. Things change so fast because that's just the nature of life. Okay, if you just look at nature, everything is constantly growing, shifting, changing, dying, coming back to life, blah, blah, blah. The cycle of life, right? You're not separate from nature. The only reason why experiences stay, limitations in your life stay, is because you judge them. You judge them and you go, that's not me. Nope, that wasn't me. Like, taking responsibility for your entire life can seem like really intense and like overwhelming for sure. Yeah, okay, like it's all me. Ooh, I have to own that I'm creating this stuff. Yes, but if you look at the other side of the coin, you owning that you're creating it means you're also the one who changes it. So I'm going to read you the statements exercise from the book, literally from Quantum Networking. This is the book. You can get it at the link in the description. The book that completely changed my entire life. And if you are going to just learn one thing, okay, one thing that can shift everything for you, it's the statements exercise. To start, sit or lay down somewhere comfortable. Next, take 5 deep breaths. Exhale slowly, bringing your attention to your limbs. The goal is to relax as deeply as possible. A good indicator of adequate relaxation is the sensation of heaviness in your body, like you're sinking into whatever you're sitting or laying on. Once you're relaxed, the next step is to put your ego aside. If your ego gets involved during this exercise, it will cause you to feel angry, guilty, sad, or frustrated instead of relieved. Don't worry, you can always try again. Say the following statement out loud to yourself. I lovingly put my ego aside temporarily. Once you're relaxed and your ego is set aside, the next step is to admit out loud to yourself that you enjoy the feeling of whatever annoying experience you've been perpetuating. This is why the second step is to put your ego aside, because the truth can be very triggering. Perhaps there's already a very tiny part of you that knows this already. You know that you engage in certain unhelpful behaviors because the predictable, unwanted outcome satisfies you or scratches a metaphorical itch in some way. To give a brief explanation as to why people do actually enjoy negative behavior patterns, it's because all of our behavior is meant to benefit us in one way or another. You may be consciously aware of these benefits, or they may be subconscious to you. Most negative behavior patterns that create unwanted outcomes are maladaptive behaviors that originated from some level of trauma. The behavior helped you survive the original trauma, but now it's affecting your life in an unwanted way. Admitting that you enjoy the feeling of a particular behavior or pattern helps you take your power back because it's a very clear acknowledgement as to why you continue to engage in it, while fully embracing your responsibility. You continue it simply because you enjoy the feeling. The feeling is important here because the circumstances that create the feeling are almost never enjoyable. Again, this is a level of radical responsibility that can be difficult to accept, but it is the source of all your power. Here are 2 statements you can use to admit this truth to yourself. Just adjust them to fit whatever thought or behavior patterns you want to take your power back from. I am willing to admit that I enjoy feeling like blank. I am willing to admit that I enjoy the feeling of blank. Example statements. I am willing to admit that I enjoy feeling like I'm not good enough to achieve what I want. I am willing to admit that I enjoy the feeling of being flaky and unreliable. I am willing to admit that I enjoy the feeling of sabotaging everything I do. The final step of the exercise is to repeat your chosen statement out loud to yourself in a neutral tone. If you are relaxed enough and aware of your body, you will physically feel the sensation of energy moving within you as you say the statement. You might start laughing or yawning. It might feel like sexual arousal, muscle twitching, tingling, shivers down your spine, or a sense of energy shifting. This is emotional energy that has been stuck in place, causing you to repeat these behaviors to get your attention. The goal of the statements exercise is to repeat the statement until the energy stops moving. When you can say the same statement and get no physical response in your body, You will know that you've taken your power back from that experience or habit. The most interesting thing about this exercise is that the changes are often immediate. In other words, when you use a statement, release your emotional energy and take your power back, you will simply cease to engage in that behavior anymore, with no additional effort on your part. If you use the statements exercise regularly and start taking lots of power back from old unwanted thought and behavior patterns, you will notice your life shifting. If things start to feel like they're falling apart, that's a good sign. You're taking lots of power back from the emotional and energetic patterns that held certain unwanted experiences in place in your life. Keep going. Keep taking power back from anything and everything that makes you uncomfortable. At that point, you will be well on your way into a very exciting new way of living life that we call phase 2. The phase in which the magic of quantum networking starts to come to life. Get your copy at the link in the description. The ebook and audiobook is available if you like to listen to audiobooks. I like audiobooks. Get your copy of Quantum Networking, join the Phase 2 community, like and subscribe to our channel. And if you enjoy the statements exercise and you would like some inspiration for specific experiences and how you can create those into statements to use this with, there's a playlist full of all of them that you can go through and find different statements for different situations that you might be experiencing, so you can allow yourself to feel through those. The link is in the description. See you next time.